well. Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. You, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Brad and Squeeze Show right here on 93.5 and Facebook Live. We are Squeeze and Brad, but the show is called Brad and Squeeze. And we're ready to answer your immigration questions. The number happens to be 1-800-529-5465. No lollygagging, no mucking around. We're getting straight to the point today. Going to get into some news with Brad, of course. He's got, of course, the headline news happening in and around our Brad and Squeeze world. So make sure you just listen right now. But everybody start logging on, start sharing. Facebook Live, it's Brad and Squeeze page, okay?
It's the Brad and Squeeze page or the Brad and Squeeze page.
I was about to say the Brad and Squeeze page.
You can watch on the Brad and Squeeze page.
Yes.
That is about it.
Everybody start going to the
it.
Brad and Squeeze page on Facebook. Just look for Brad and Squeeze Show. You'll find us. That's where everybody needs to go. I want everybody to share that page. Share it with the world. I will. Brad will. Everybody will. We all will.
It is only the Brad and Squeeze page. That's all it will be. It's actually running on 2 streams today, which
Law Offices
and the Brad and Squeeze. But tomorrow, if you noticed, every day we take down 1 stream.
Yeah.
So tomorrow it will just be the Brad and Squeeze shows.
Yeah.
So for everybody who is watching on Brad H. Bernstein, we share it there, but the feed is coming from the Brad and Squeeze show.
Yep.
For everybody who is watching on
my page,
David Anarchy on
it's coming
from the Brad and Squeeze show. Now, today we have 2 streams going, one live on Spar and Bernstein, one live on the Brad and Squeeze show. But tomorrow's Squeeze,
it will be the Brad and Squeeze page.
Show only. So make sure you go to the Brad and Squeeze page. If you like the Brad and Squeeze show and you like it, you enjoy us, go there and like us and follow us so you can get alerts when we come live every day to you, twice a day, 9 a.m. and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
The Brad and Squeeze show.
All right.
All right. Now, for those who don't familiar with our theme song, this is it.
I got a dance too.
You like it? That's the theme song. So when you go to the Brad and Squeeze show, make sure you hear that song and you know you're liking the right page, right?
Yes, that's it.
All right. So meanwhile, Squeeze,
in the world.
This is the headlines.
In the world of
the
Brad
headlines from the Brad and Squeeze show. Dictionary.com has announced their word of the year.
Oh.
Do you know what the word of the year is?
The word
is, no, I wish it was. The word, maybe next year. The word of the year is complicit. Complicit.
Not implicit.
Complicit. They said the use of that word has increased 300 times.
Due to politics.
I'm
quite sure.
Exactly.
I've heard it so many times this year. It's ridiculous.
The first spike came in March 12th of 2017 on an SNL skit when they mocked Ivanka Trump and a perfume and called Ivanka's perfume complicit.
Complicit.
Yes. She's beautiful, she's powerful, she's complicit. Okay. Then the bump was followed on CBS this morning when Gayle King on April 5th told the entire panel, what does the word complicit mean? I don't even never heard of that word. And then finally, Jeff Flake, when he was the Republican senator, announced that he was going to not run again because of his problems with Donald Trump, even though he's a Republican. He criticized Donald Trump and he said, I have children and grandchildren to answer to, and so, Mr. President, I will not be complicit. That was his famous line. So thus, dictionary.com
has
decided that complicit is the word of the year. Now, interestingly, Squeeze, you're going to enjoy this. It's not on the card, but I did read the article.
Oh, boy.
The runner-up word, I am not kidding. Guess what the runner-up word is, if you had to guess.
The runner-up word.
Runner-up word. The runner-up. It came in second place to complicit. Guess what it would be? You're going to get a kick out of this when I tell you, but just take a guess on a word.
I can't take a guess.
All right. You want to know?
Yeah.
You're killing you, right?
Yeah, it's killing me.
Okay. Shrinkage. I swear. Back from George Costanza. Read the article.
I know.
Shrinkage.
How did shrinkage get in there?
Shrinkage was the second, and according to the article, it said shrinkage has been in use for over 100 years, but it has now gotten into our vocabulary, I guess, from all the Seinfeld reruns.
Right.
So now shrinkage was the second most, increased volume
George,
word.
it's shrinkage.
Right, shrinkage. When George goes into a cold pool, comes out naked, and a girl looks at him and he goes, shrinkage. I know you love that.
It's too early in the morning. The second runner-up word of the year is shrinkage. The first is complicit.
Complicit is the first.
I learned something today.
Shrinkage is the second. By the way, telephone number to get your immigration questions asked and answered is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800.
Call now.
Call now. By the way, Donald Trump has not stopped insulting people's ethnic heritage. Even when he's honoring them, he is insulting them.
I don't think this guy even.
President Trump revived his derogatory nickname for Senator Elizabeth Warren by calling her Pocahontas.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know why Pocahontas was helped the white man. Was that the story, right?
Yeah, it's a story with that.
Yes. So why is she Pocahontas? I'm not sure, but because Senator Warren says that she is part American Indian. So it would be like calling you, I don't know, like some stereotypical black name, or some, I don't know, what would be like a stereotypical black name if you were standing next to him? I don't even know what it would be.
Stereotypical black name.
I don't know what it would be.
I don't have any.
Right, but just calling you Pocahontas.
They call me
Yeah.
there are a few things that get me fighting, and there are certain words,
Right. So, I mean, that's insulting, I would think, right?
Extremely insulting.
Now, because she says she is part Indian, it's very insulting. So now, in front of a honoring of Native American Indians, with the Native Americans who were present in the room, while Mr. Trump is honoring them at a White House ceremony for their work in World War II in cracking, secret codes and talking in secret codes, and he's honoring these World War II veterans who are Native Americans,
right?
And they helped the United States of America win World War II,
right?
Turns around and says, boy, you guys are just like Senator Warren, a bunch of Pocahontas.
What's wrong with this
And
guy?
then after he said it, he turns around and shakes the guy's hand and says, but I like you.
What's wrong with this guy?
What's wrong with this guy? You know what? Now I know what it would be like. It would be like honoring you for Black History Month, calling you the N-word, and then turning around saying, yeah, but I like you. Right? I mean, would that be the equivalent of it?
I'd be in jail.
Right? You would have punched the guy out.
I'd be in
Is
jail.
that crazy?
Oh, boy.
So moments later, Warren fired back saying, Donald Trump does this over and over, thinking somehow he's going to shut me up with it. It is deeply unfortunate that the President of the United States cannot even make it through a ceremony honoring these heroes without having to throw out racial slurs. Jefferson Keel, the president of the National Congress of American Indians, said, we regret that the president's use of the name Pocahontas as a slur to insult a political adversary is overshadowing the true purpose of today's White House ceremony. Today was about recognizing the remarkable courage and invaluable contributions of our native Indians who helped the United States during World War II. They were native code talkers. So basically they talked in code in their native language, and the Germans didn't understand the native Indian language, so they were able to talk secretly and give codes out.
Right, yeah, I remember. I saw a movie with that.
Right,
yeah.
So he was honoring them. And now, ironically, how stupid President Trump is, or his White House staff, or how insensitive, not over stupid, just insensitive.
Why don't people just say it? How racist he is.
Okay, you want to hear the insensitivity?
Why don't people just say it? He's a racist.
Okay, you want to hear the insensitivity and the racism behind it?
Right.
He did the entire ceremony under a portrait of Andrew Jackson, who is the president responsible for pushing the Indians out of the Louisiana Purchase area across the Mississippi and started a huge war. He killed war with tens and thousands of Native Americans as the whites moved across the United States of America. At least do it under a president that didn't really kill all your ancestors.
Do you think that was strategic?
I don't know. Okay. Meanwhile, Squeeze, Clover Hill Bakery, which is the maker of all the hamburger buns for McDonald's, is scrambling to find employees. They're hiring right now because 800 immigrants were working in their factory in Illinois. They got raided by the Immigration Service and all got arrested. There is going to be now a shortage of hamburger buns at McDonald's. The workers were provided by an employment agency that is said to have faced federal audits this year because of illegal immigration hiring. So they basically shut down the entire factory that makes the hamburger buns for McDonald's.
Wow.
And a cat hair. Oh, this is I didn't see this one. I'm going to read this now for the first time. A cat hair led to the arrest of Julia Poff, the Texas woman who was accused of mailing a homemade bomb to President Obama.
Cat
hair. Evidence that helped authorities connect Poff to the explosive device included cat hair found under an address label, which was on the package sent to Obama.
Cat hair?
Yep. According to the court files, the FBI crime lab found that the cat hair to be microscopically consistent with the hair of this woman's cat. So, as they say,
so it's fur.
The cat was let out of the bag.
Fur.
Cat was let out of the bag.
Fur. Cat
Yes.
does not have hair.
Yes. And anything else exciting?
Yeah.
Did you see about the?
We're here.
Did you see about the fight in the mall during Black Friday?
No, I didn't see. But every year we have
There's
fights.
always a fight. Yeah.
So what happened?
Shoppers at the River Chase Galleria in Hoover, Alabama, got into a huge fight hunting for bargains. Here's the fight, Squeeze. There it is. Wait a second. I think there's going to be a melee. Police showed up stopping the fight, and you see an officer holding a woman back who is out of control. I guess they were trying to grab the last item on sale, and there was a fight over it. Sharon Lennon, a professor in the merchandising program of Indiana University, speculates that feelings of unfairness drive shoppers to behave this way.
There's this thing called the internet. Anyone ever heard of it?
You can get everything on sale on the internet.
For even less than what's
for
in
less
the shop.
Yeah, but it's just fun to wake up early and do it as a family activity, I think.
Okay.
All right, Squeeze. So there is the news from the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's good to know that.
Yes.
All right. Once again, folks, this is where we answer your immigration questions. We're reminding you that you can find us on the Brad and Squeeze page on Facebook. It's where we answer your immigration questions each and every single weekday at 9 and at noon. Spread the word, share the page. That's where you'll be able to catch us. Place your questions there. We've got a lady by the name of Social Media Queen. Her name is really Kimberly Moore. But she's going to be reading off those questions to Mr. Bernstein, who is the attorney who is going to be doing rapid fire later on. But now it's time to go to the phone lines at 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW.
And I'm reading a lot about, by the way, Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going, and it's now going to be the first biracial. She'll be fifth on the throne to be the Queen of England, and the first biracial member of the English royal family.
And what's being said about it?
Well, there was a lot of racist comments in the English tabloids, and Prince Harry has come out and lashed out at all of them, and has been very supportive, obviously, of his future bride.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What do you think?
I don't know. I saw something on Instagram where Prince Harry was in a crowd, and he had his hands up like this.
Right.
You know,
Like what? Like he was going to shoot them? What?
like he was pointing at someone, but his fingers looked like when
like a gun?
when a Jamaican is saying "bo bo."
Right.
And someone made a comment, said, "Yeah, we know he was destined to be." These are people just making jokes. It was destined, you know. But
I think
on a serious note, though, I like the fact that, you know, he's being supportive of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And many people in this day and age, they're not being supportive of situations like that or what's happening right now. There's a lot of interracial couples going on in the world right now, and we are all one people, so we all should, you know, support each other.
I also think it's a generational thing as well.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, hopefully the younger people, if you notice his brother, he didn't have an interracial relationship, but he did not marry royalty. Kate Middleton didn't come from royalty. She was actually a commoner, a common family, you know, who was just a working class family.
Right.
So I think it's hopefully generational, and it's good.
is.
And it's good, you know, and it's good that, you know, I don't think their father would have married, you know, he's a pretty stiff-looking guy, you know. I don't think he would have married a commoner or had some sort of interracial relationship. But I think generationally, this generation, not even my generation, the generation below, which is Prince Harry and his brother, they are demonstrating that what the world should be and can be, where, you know, it's not about your social status and it's not about your race. So the brother didn't worry about the social status of his wife, and the other brother, Harry, didn't worry about the race of his wife. And hopefully that can be a, you know, show other people and be a good, you know, lesson to others in that generation moving forward.
All I can say, his fiancée is a stunning specimen of a lady. That's all I can say.
Is that why you were crying the other day? Because she's off the market?
Hey, what can I say? That's all I can say.
Scream's like, oh no, she's off the market. Why?
She's a stunning specimen of a lady.
Squeeze. You're not a Prince of England. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
You could not. You were not able to compete.
I'm a prince of my lair, though.
Right. Her first husband came from Great Neck, New York. And now she will be in
How old is she?
I think 36 years old. She's older than him. He's 33.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I don't know when the wedding will be, and I don't understand who's in line behind. I read the article that he's fifth in line.
See that you know so much, right? How did they meet?
They met through a mutual friend.
Isn't that always the case?
Yes,
everybody meets through a mutual friend.
That's right. And where's your setup? You haven't set me up with anybody yet. I'm waiting for the. So they met through a mutual friend, and they dated for 6 months secretly until the British tabloids found out.
Right.
And then once the British tabloids
found out,
how
can you date secretly and you're a prince?
I don't know. That I don't know.
They're not Brad Bernstein.
That I don't know.
Anyway, folks, 23 minutes after the hour. It's 37 degrees on the outside here in New York City on the corner of Barclay and Broadway, right across from City Hall, and we're ready to answer your immigration questions. Correct. My name is David Squeezanik with Brad H. Bernstein, your attorney. Once again, we're at 93.5 WVIP FM, and we are also on the Brad and Squeeze Show page on Facebook. Share the page. We are live, by the way. Let's go to some calls at 1-800-529-5465.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you? Charles.
Hi. Good morning, Brad. Morning, Squeeze.
Good morning. How are
Prince
you?
Charles.
I'm fine.
He's going to complain about Prince Harry.
Yeah, go ahead, Prince Charles.
What's up?
No, a friend of mine got married last year, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She didn't do her paperwork correctly. So she's just now getting her work permit. She got her social security number, right?
Right.
Now, she didn't get her green card yet. Her mom died on Sunday. She wants to go back to Jamaica. What exactly does she need to do to safely leave and come back?
Did she apply for the advanced parole?
Not yet.
Okay, so she has to go down, because if she needs to go on Sunday, she's not going to be able to do this, through the mail, obviously, because it's going to take too long. She has to go down with a death certificate, down to her local immigration office, make an appointment to see an officer. Hopefully there's an InfoPass appointment. If not, you're going to need an attorney to walk you into your local office, speak to them, show proof that you have a pending adjustment, bring your work permit, bring the death certificate of the mom. You need the death certificate of the mom, bring a plane ticket, and bring her birth certificate to show that this woman in the death certificate is the mother of the woman who needs to travel, and apply on an I-131 application for an advanced parole, which is a travel document. But it's all going to have to be done at the local office, and you're going to have to show it's an emergency situation.
Okay. I have a second question.
Yes.
Thank you. My second question is this. This relates to me. I have a U.S. passport and I have a Jamaican passport. Now, if I travel to Jamaica like 2-3 times a year, I want to use my Jamaican passport. What's the safe way to use that?
You do or you
I
don't?
just use my American passport.
Okay, all right. Well, if you use your American passport when you enter Jamaica, you're entering Jamaica as a visitor,
limited time, yeah.
as just somebody who's going to spend 30 days in Jamaica or less and sit on a beach. If you want to spend a longer period of time and you actually want to do some business there and you want to be recognized as a Jamaican citizen, right, you enter Jamaica using your Jamaican passport. And then when you come back to the United States, you re-enter the United States using your American passport. So you enter the country, whatever country you're entering in, if you are a citizen of that country, you show that passport.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for the wonderful help, and I listen to your program every single day. Enough respect.
Enough respect. Thank you so much, Prince Charles. All right?
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Got to remind you, it's a full-service law firm and a business entity called Link Up Media that's putting the show on each and every single weekday at 9 a.m. and at noontime. The number is 1-800-529-5465. If you get arrested or you know of someone who gets arrested, use the Criminal Defense Department that will handle your case in the capacity of New Jersey and New York and federal, all over the country, of course. 1-800-529-5465. And if you get hurt, you will need the personal injury department, especially if you fall off a scaffolding.
That is right. If you saw Bernadette, if you see, yes.
Especially, do not email Brad about scaffolding links. Just tell the person or whoever you hate. There's a law office called Spar. All right. I love just taking jabs at you.
Eric. Eric.
Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Good morning.
man.
Good morning.
Good morning, Eric. How are you?
I'm doing all right, guys. How you doing?
How's Philadelphia today?
It's nice. It's a little chilly, but it's all right.
Okay, it's a little chilly. Brad.
Yes.
What is synonymous with Philadelphia and citizenship?
The Liberty Bell. Benjamin Franklin. The Constitution
Bing, 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 bing.
was signed there.
There you go, the
Right?
Constitution.
Do you know what also was done in Philadelphia?
What, the mint?
Betsy Ross made the flag in Philadelphia.
Okay,
They made the flag.
There you
Right?
go.
You know that, Eric?
See how much you can learn on this show?
Did you know that, Eric?
Absolutely. I've been to her house.
You've been to her house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a
Pretty
little
cool.
house in downtown Philadelphia.
No one
Walk through.
invited me.
Well, you go. It's
All
great.
right.
All right, so what's
Eric.
going on?
All right, so the question I had is my wife. I've been with my wife now. I'm married to her for 12 years. She got the deferred action. She's renewed it 2 or 3 times already, so it's all good there. So we got a lawyer to file the 601A waiver so she can return to Jamaica to come back legally so she can apply for a green card and do that whole process. And now immigration sent us back like a 4-page letter picking apart the hardship, saying that, we don't have a legitimate hardship. And, and we're just now confused. Like, what are we supposed to do? We thought that was the process that we're supposed to go through.
How did she come to the United States?
She came through as a child. She came here when she was 7 years old. I'm not sure of the documents of how she reached here.
All right, so she's doing a provisional waiver.
Correct.
All right, so then you doing this on your own?
Says he has an attorney.
No, we got a lawyer.
Okay, well then the attorney's your attorney did not prove extreme hardship. So the reason why you got a 4-page letter is the attorney didn't prove it, or you weren't able to provide evidence of it, one or the other.
They're asking a bunch of evidence.
Yeah, so I can't go through a 4-page letter of requested evidence on our show here, but what I can tell you is that we had Marina on our show yesterday.
Who is an attorney.
And she talked about this exact thing.
Same
where
thing.
Provisional waivers, you have to prove extreme hardship, and I'm knocking on wood. And I said to her, of plenty that you've done, okay, which is a lot more than most attorneys. I said, how many have gotten denied? And she knocked back on wood and said 0. Okay, so she has gotten them all approved. That doesn't mean that prior success doesn't guarantee a similar outcome, but I would suggest that you make a consultation with us. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right,
It does not mean that prior
successful. Does that guarantees that we're going to help you? Yeah. All we're saying is, knock on wood.
Right.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
And I want to commend all the people who have turned up the Brad and Squeeze Show
Turned
page.
it up.
You look at the Brad and Squeeze Show page.
I'm still on the Spar.
All my page. People, by the way, are on the Brad and Squeeze
Really?
page. Everybody is on the Brad and Squeeze.
Wait until...
Everybody from the colony of... The colony, we're using keywords here.
Yes.
The colony of companies, okay, for Link Up Media is on the Brad and
They're all
Squeeze.
complicit.
They're very complicit.
They're
very complicit with the Brad and Squeeze Show page. And
by the way, folks, there is a lot of shrinkage on the amount of feeds that are going out now. There's a lot of shrinkage.
Are you trying to say there's a lot of shrinkage on WVIP?
There is a lot of shrinkage on WVIP. All right, let's go to
Cindy
Tony.
and Don right now is giving you a finger.
Tony and Queens.
I love WVIP.
Yes. I would say I love Tony too, but I don't want him to punch me in the face.
Hey, Tony.
Tony, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, morning.
Good morning, Tony. Thank you so much for choosing us.
How you doing?
Yeah,
We're doing great, man. Thank you.
I'm glad I ain't gonna talk nobody in their face. To tell you the truth, I prefer to give you the compliment of the good work that you've been doing. Helping people, not only me, because I do my citizenship through you guys, and it was very successful. So, I lift my hat to you guys.
Thank you. So he's just calling to say we're wonderful. Is that it? And you have a question as well?
Says he
I
did it
have a
to us.
question.
Good.
Congratulations.
It's not something really not that big a deal, but I went down and I used my Jamaican passport, and going through the airport in Jamaica, they asked me for my American passport, and they didn't accept the Jamaican passport.
You know what?
That's weird. Why would they do that?
Let me just say that.
Yeah.
My brother, you can push back on that because some of the, and I'm going to say it and I'm going to get flack when I go through the Jamaican airport, but some of the immigration officers, it's like they wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And they're
just trying to give people a hard time.
Some of them are real AH.
Right.
I mean, for no apparent reason. But my knowing the law, and I'm not trying, but you should know the law going in. I argued with him. I said, listen, we can make this very, very simple. I am a Jamaican citizen. And I am going to tell you I'm a U.S. citizen. And you already know that because you see it in your system. And my Jamaican passport is what I'm using. And you will and you must accept it.
Right.
And they have asked me to give them my U.S. passport, and I declined. I said, no, I will not give it to you.
And
they had to accept it. She got up, she walked away, she made me wait about 10 minutes, but she had to come back and she had to take my Jamaican passport.
Would you have gotten through the airport faster if you just said, here's my American passport?
I would have.
But it was principle.
It's a principle of it.
Right.
Now, sometimes we have to stand up for principles. Many of us don't. So my brother, stand up for your principle. It might cost you 10, 15 minutes, but it won't be the end of the world.
Tony, Squeeze knows more than I do because I'm not a Jamaican lawyer, so I don't know what happens at the airport.
I mean, you're a Jamaican citizen. They have to let you.
I mean, I would assume that would be the case.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because I went down twice this year, and that's what happened. And I wanted to go back down. I'm trying to go back down this December here, and I'm just wondering, if.
Oh, one more thing. In their defense,
stand your ground.
Yes, stand your ground. But in their defense, with one thing I must say, if you put your U.S. address on the form, then they will ask you for your U.S. passport or tell you to fill the form out.
Right.
Again. So make sure you're putting Jamaican address on it.
Don't put your U.S. address on the form. That's a good tip.
All right?
Yeah.
All right,
All right, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right.
1-800, by the way, Squeeze.
Yes.
Maybe, I was about to say, maybe they're just jealous that you're a U.S. citizen.
No, I don't think.
You don't think that's not has nothing to do with it?
I don't think it has anything.
No, it's just...
Some of them just
grumpy.
I mean, you've been through the airport.
There are some immigration officers that were born on the in the South Pole, and there were some immigration officers that were born in the North Pole.
The last time I went through,
sometimes you get a South Pole immigration officer.
I had two phones.
Right.
Okay, there's one that I use here, one that I use in Jamaica.
Right.
She had me strip out my bag. She had me open up the phone. She had me go through all the phones. She had me check everything. She said, how do I know this phone was not purchased recently and you're only allowed $500 in the country and all of that? I'm like, look, there's my call log. There's this. I was getting so angry in the airport.
What about when I brought the pens down? Yes. Do you remember that? Years ago, I brought pens down as a as a promotional thing, and they made me count all the pens, and I threw the pen at the guy.
Yeah.
I almost got arrested.
I remember you going to the radio
going
too.
crazy.
Like you and your pens.
Yeah.
But
So anyway,
by the way, I still love Jamaica, and I would never give it up, no matter how much they want to be AHs.
Me too. I love Jamaica too.
I'm not giving it up.
And I'm told now that Jill and Patrice, that you are
still gonna love Jamaica.
I'm not
gonna stop loving it.
You put in their ear that we have to make a trip the first week of January. I've been hearing about this all week.
Yes.
So I went to my accountant. I said, "How much is this trip going to cost me?" All right, so, any event, by the way, leave all your questions on Facebook because we're going to get to your questions on Facebook.
Shortly.
Very shortly, all your immigration questions. We're going to get to our social media queen. I want to talk a little bit about adoptions quickly, and we have an adoption man in the street. We'll come back.
Adoption man in the street?
Yes. And
Not an adoption woman?
Not a woman. I still want to show... hopefully we still have it. Your video from the airport, Squeeze getting accosted. I love it. Yeah. And then we're going to get to social media queen, and we'll get to everything.
In reference to USA Credit Repair.
In reference to USA Credit Repair. All right. So, any event, I read this article recently that last spring an adoption was made official. There's a couple, a black couple in Cincinnati, who has 5 children of their own.
Right.
And they also bring in they bring in a lot of foster children. All the foster children that they were raising were white. And then they decided to adopt them, and the children were so thrilled. And now this family has 11 children, 5 that were born from the mother and father who are black, and And 6 foster children that they all adopted, all under the age of 18, living in a house. The parents are Christopher. There they are right there. The parents are Christopher and Christina Sanders. They have 5 biological children of their own. Christopher, 19, who's at college. Cameron, Caden, Chad, and Caitlin at age 9. And the parents, Christopher and Christina, said that when they opened their home to foster children, they made an agreement that whatever they get, they would keep and not send them to different houses. They rarely get any negative reactions, although some people ask why they didn't adopt black children when so many need homes. But the issue of the race of the adopted kids never mattered to them. Everyone in the family has the initials CMS. Sanders is being the last name.
Right.
You know, there's a Christopher, there's a Christina, there's a Christian, there's a Caleb, there's a Kaylee, there's a Carson, a Chloe, and the family's grandmother has started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money so they can get a 15-person van so they can go around as a family. So I think that's a nice story. And they're on GoFundMe. And by the way, there are so many
What's the GoFundMe link?
I don't know, but maybe we have it somewhere.
Yeah,
that would be nice if we did have that. And but there's so many needy children out there, and we are getting into Christmas now. And when you say to yourself, you know, Christmas is you know the holiday to give. There is nothing better to give than to give a child a home, to give a needy child a home. And if you know children who need parents who are not living with their parents, there are special immigrant juvenile cases you can do to make them legal. There are adoptions you can do. There are orphan petitions that you can bring people to the United States of America. And we did this man in the street, and it's, you know, tongue-in-cheek and kind of funny, but what it shows is there's so many people who know nothing about adopting or what they should do to adopt, and that's what we do here at Spar and Bernstein. We help people put families together with needy kids, and there's no better time than Christmas to do it. But let's watch our man in the street adoption.
This is Kim Moore from the Brad and Squeeze Show on this very chilly day in New York City, and this time around we are asking people questions about adoption. Let's see how they did. Do you know what the Special Immigrant Juvenile Program is?
Immigrant Juvenile Program? I don't.
All right.
What was the question again?
Immigrant Juvenile Program has to do with adopting juveniles that are overseas that need to be adopted.
If they're juveniles, it's a possibility they already been into mischief, and they might be misfits.
Kids that have gotten in trouble and they are just looking for a good home? Ding, 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 ding.
Special immigrant juvenile status does not refer to delinquent children. It is a legal designation by immigration that allows a child without status here in the United States to obtain a green card. Once the child obtains special immigrant juvenile status in family court, they can self-petition with immigration to obtain a green card.
Do you know what a home study is?
No, I do not.
I do not know what a home study is. I would guess that it has to do with homeschooling your child, but I don't know if that's true.
Do I know what a home study is? Can I get a cheat sheet?
No, we do not. I have no idea what a home study is.
A home study is when you study at home.
In terms of adoption? Do you... Yeah, you sticking with it?
I'm sticking with it. I don't know.
Someone who studies at home? Ding, 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 ding.
A home study has nothing to do with homework. It has nothing to do with your child's education. It's actually an assessment of your home to make sure that it's a safe and adequate place for the child that you're about to adopt.
Is there an age limit for a child to be adopted?
Well, I think it's better if the child is young.
Up to the age of 18, I would think, is the oldest you could adopt?
No. Well, yes, I think you would have to be younger than 18 years old to be adopted.
Well, I would say 18. By the time they get 18, they think they're grown and want to be on their own anyway.
No, I don't think so.
Isn't it 18? Because once they turn 18, they're technically like legal. So you can, from newborn to 18, you can still adopt. I believe so.
If you're seeking to adopt a child without legal status, the adoption has to be finalized by the time the child's 16 years old. If you're adopting a child who does not have legal status and you can't get the adoption finalized before they turn 16, come speak with us about other options, such as filing for special immigrant juvenile status for that child. If, however, the child does have legal status, the adoption should be finalized by the time the child turns 18.
Do you know how old you need to be to adopt a child from overseas in the U.S.?
I would imagine 21, since most of you guys can't drink if you're not 21, so why should you have a baby?
I would guess 21.
I would guess you need to be 21 years old to adopt a child overseas.
Let's go at 18, because that's where I consider myself grown. So, I mean, you know.
At least 21 and older.
I would go for 21. I don't know for sure, but it makes sense to be about 21.
Although we all feel like we're adults at 21, the age for adopting a child internationally is 25. If you're adopting as a couple, only one of you needs to be a U.S. citizen. Each country has its own regulations and rules as to how old and what other requirements they have to adopt a child.
Can you adopt more than one child at a time?
I would assume so if they were siblings in the interest of keeping them together so that they don't have essentially broken homes.
I don't think so. So I think if you have to go through like paperwork and everything, so I don't think you can do, no.
I believe you can adopt as many kids as you want at will. I don't think it's at one time. I think it's probably like a rule or something, right?
Courts are not in the business of breaking up families. More than one child can be adopted at the same time. If they're siblings, it's a bit easier. If they're not related, it's still possible, but a little more difficult.
Can single people adopt?
I think single people can definitely adopt. There's tons of different parenting styles out right now, and so why not? If every different type of parenting style is allowed to adopt, why can't single people?
Haven't a clue. I really don't know.
I believe a single person can adopt.
Do you know why?
They're single parents, they're single moms, like regular kids, you know what I'm saying? So I believe a single parent can adopt. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Single people can adopt because everyone needs someone. And because a person is single doesn't necessarily mean that they're not equipped to raise a child.
I think they can adopt because I don't know, they have the right to adopt just as married couples.
I mean, of course, there's a two-parent household, but there are single parents that love kids just as much. And just because they're single, they can make it happen and they can get through life just like any other married couple.
I'm not sure about in the US, but I think in Scotland, if you have enough financial backing or security, you are able to, and you can provide a stable home.
Yes, a single person can adopt.
While single people can adopt, and they are capable of providing loving homes for their children, there are restrictions in other countries as to who can adopt children. If you or someone that you know has a child in their care without legal status, you should contact the law offices of Spar and Bernstein to discuss the options that child has.
Prior successful results do not guarantee similar outcome.
All right, once again, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. This has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law offices of Spar, Bernstein. That's what it said. Okay, but one of the things we were speaking, by the way, very, very good. That whole adoption segment there.
Yes.
Very, very good.
By the way, do you have the GoFundMe if you want
to? Yes, I do have that. We're going to be talking about that. But I wanted to touch on the whole Christmas bit. You were saying Christmas.
Yes.
It sounded like something that Donald Trump said. So I just wanted to correct you. We should be saying Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays, you're right.
Because he said in the past to his wife.
Right.
That all these stores, they were saying Happy Holidays. They weren't saying Merry Christmas. So he told his wife not to go to these stores. Not everyone specifically celebrates Christmas. People celebrate Kwanzaa. People celebrate other.
Guess what? I don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I like the holiday spirit of it, but I don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
I celebrate Hanukkah.
So to be politically correct,
you happen to be right.
Yeah, we should say Happy Holidays.
There he is, a little smug Christmas boy. There he is.
This world is made up by so many different ethnic groups, race, creed, color, religion. We're multicultural.
Right. You can get like a Christmas gift, the Snuggie where you go in the blanket. We can do a blanket with that smug face on it and call it the Smuggie. Smuggie. You want a Smuggie for Christmas.
Anyway.
For the holidays, excuse me.
Yeah, the Sanders family crew that we were speaking about with the 11 kids.
Yes.
All right. They had a goal of $70,000 that they wanted to reach. They're at $69,655. So they're a little bit under $400 that they need to complete this goal. So if anyone wants to donate, go to the GoFundMe, and the name is Sanders Family Crew. You can go there and you can actually help out this family that would like to get another.
So let's go to Jason Quickly, who's been waiting a while.
His name is Quickly? Jason Quickly? That sounds like a cool
just
name.
Jason from
Jason,
Brooklyn.
what's up?
Jason.
Hey, how you doing,
How are you?
Hey.
All right. I just wanted to ask you a family law question. In a child abuse case of any sort, if they're sent to a forensic pathologist and forensic pathologist find no trace of abuse, but the child therapist says she believes something that happened, how would that be worked out in court?
Well, it depends, I guess, who's believable. It's, I guess, more of a family court issue or maybe even a criminal issue if there's domestic violence. It depends on just because a forensic person didn't find any physical abuse doesn't mean that physical abuse didn't happen. Mm-hmm. It may have been already cleared up, the physical abuse, or it may be such a level of extreme emotional abuse that it is physical abuse. So I don't think the fact that the forensic person didn't find evidence of it is definitive that it didn't happen, but certainly that is evidence that it didn't happen. But there could be rebuttable evidence that it did happen, I guess. Everything depends on its facts. So if you want to talk about it with one of my attorneys, you can hold on 1 second, though.
Absolutely.
All right.
Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Got to remind you got to check it out each and every single weekday at 9 and at noon. We're right here on multiple platforms.
Soon to be one platform. On the Brad and Squeeze Show starting tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So everyone who's watching on Law Offices Spar and Bernstein, please make sure you save it, save and like and follow at the Spar. What is the show? The Brad and Squeeze Show. I got tongue tied for a second.
Yeah.
So any event, this is partnered, by the way. This is all partnered here with USA Credit Repair, and we showed this yesterday, and I love this video. Squeeze was coming back from Jamaica.
I was so tired.
Yeah, Squeeze was coming back from Jamaica, and he got accosted by this lady at the airport.
It was a good accost.
Yes, you were in the blue. You were in the blue warm-up suit, and let's watch Squeeze get accosted at the airport in Jamaica.
Okay, so I'm here at the airport, right into, of course, a client of USA Credit Repair, and she wants to tell me what USA Credit Repair did for her. So what did USA Credit Repair do for her?
Yes, I must say I had bad credit. I heard you and I called. Mm-hmm. You gave me a discount and working with me on a monthly plan.
Right.
My credit is excellent now. I'm getting credit card. I got car. and I'm in good shape, tip-top shape. I didn't believe at first it was a gamble, but I prove it for myself, so I have to let you all know, check Mr. Squeeze, because he's doing it for us.
What kind of car did you get?
Acura RDX.
Acura. So now that you have good credit, what is your credit score?
It's in the 750.
750 range?
Yes, 750 range.
All right. Anything else you got with your credit after realizing that everything worked out for you with your credit?
Gold cards. Gold cards. Gold card. Credit card. Gold card.
Tell people a few other bad things you had on your credit before we fixed it.
Okay, I have loans. I have a couple of credit cards. And quite a few other stuff I had, but it was really bad. It was really bad. I couldn't ask for anything in any store, not even a store card I couldn't get.
Right.
And now I can walk wherever I want to and apply, and I'm sure I'm going to get.
All right.
Yes.
Did you get a loan recently?
Yes, I did. I'm here in Jamaica to bury my son, and I went to the credit union without any question. I got what I wanted, and while they gave it to me, they said, we see here that you're qualified for a gold card, and I got it too.
Wow, so you got the loan. Okay, and by the way, sympathies and condolences in reference to your
my son?
Your son who died, right?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. However, at least you were able to give him a good send-off because you got the loan, right?
Yes, yes,
and you
definitely.
also got yourself a gold card.
Yes, more than one.
More than one?
Yes.
Now, the only thing that we're going to ask for you to do is make sure that you're maintain good credit.
Yes, I will.
All right?
I will.
I mean, although you know you have us still. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And just spread the word to everybody.
Yes,
right?
I'm spreading it. I'm spreading it.
Tell them that Squeeze is no joke.
Yes, Squeeze is no joke. He'll do it for me, and he'll do it for you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. See you. Bye-bye. There you have it, folks. Once again, like I said, going through an airport, I meet so many people who's always saying that we, have done such wonders for them with credit. It even happens with the Spar and Bernstein law offices because people talk about immigration, but here we are talking about credit, and I'm very happy that this lovely lady, of course, was able to get help for us. Her son passed on, and she was able to get a loan. She was able to get a gold card. She was able to get her Acura RDX, and that's what we're all about. She gave me goose pimples knowing that we were able to help her out in such a, situation with her son passing on. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's USA Credit Repair. Make sure you check us out online or call us at 1-800-786-1330. That's 1-800-786-1330. And if you're listening to this on the radio, check it out on Facebook and you see what we have been doing, all right? Rocking my son's Penn State, of course, school shirt here and having a blast going through the airport. I still think that Columbia is a better school, son. Anyway, we'll catch up later. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this. Okay, so there you have it. Of course, USA Credit Repair.
1-800-872. Let me give you the number quickly. 1-800-872-7177. If you call them right now, you say you heard it on the Brad and Squeeze show. It's 30 days free credit repair, and they give you a 90-day money-back guarantee that if you follow their program and you don't get your credit up, money back. That's the guarantee. 1-800-872-7177. Call them right now. 1-800-872-7177. We're going to go to our Braducation segment. We're going to be talking about sanctuary cities. And right after, in 60 seconds from now, we're going to go right to our rapid fire round with our social media queen. So leave your immigration questions online right now. We're going to come to you with your immigration answers in under 60 seconds.
Under 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
What's a sanctuary city?
A sanctuary city is a city in which the local government promises not to hand you over to the Department of Homeland Security just because they discovered that you're here out of status or illegal. So, for example, if you get pulled over for a simple traffic offense and you get a speeding ticket and you are told to show up to court for the speeding ticket, in a sanctuary city, they are not going to hand you over to the Immigration Service because you have not committed a crime. You committed a traffic violation. If you go to the hospital employee would not be required to contact the Immigration Service. If you call the fire department and say there is a fire, the fire department is not going to now discover you're illegal and call the Immigration Service. If you call the police and say I'm the victim of a crime, The police are now not going to hand you over to immigration because they found you here illegally. That is what a sanctuary city is.
Braducation, ladies and gentlemen. I love that.
You like that?
Braducation.
And it says at the end, if you want a consultation, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's find Kim out here. We have a lot of questions.
Kim, the greatest thing about this is that I don't have to read all the questions anymore because everything's consolidated in
right.
one place.
Right.
You know?
Okay, Kim. No delay. Let's go. I heard. Hello!
And no pause in between. No okay.
Yes.
No okay at the end.
Yeah, we don't want to hear okay. We just want to hear the next question.
Yeah.
Question. Tamika on Facebook wants to know, how close to your immigrant visa interview date can someone travel on their visitor's visa without being interrogated or have the visitor's visa canceled?
Okay. Now, you can't travel on a visitor's visa if you already have an adjustment pending. As soon as you leave the United States of America and you travel on a visitor's visa, that's the end of the adjustment. You can't do it.
That's it.
Andrew wants to know, I'm a U.S. citizen. My wife and I filed her adjustment last year. We did our interview 2 months ago. Yesterday, we received in the mail an I-797 notice of approval for the I-485. But the case status online still shows interview scheduled. I know.
You got approved for the green card. They'll mail it to you shortly. Congratulations. Don't worry about what it says online.
Vincent would like to know, can you travel to Jamaica even though your green card is expired?
No, you can't get on a plane with an expired green card. Go renew it. I-90, and then they'll put a temporary stamp for you to travel.
Donette on Facebook would like to know, a citizen father has his 17-year-old child living with him. What papers does he need to file for her green card? And how long after she gets her green card can she file for citizenship?
If she gets her green card before 18, she'll become an automatic citizen. If she made a legal entry into the United States, you're going to file an adjustment, which is an I-45 and I-130 package. If you did not make a legal entry into the United States, or she did not, then she needs to do an I-130 only, go home and come back. But she's got to leave within 180 days of her 18th birthday, or she's going to need a provisional waiver. She should come in, or the father should come in and speak to us.
At what point does she become a citizen?
If she is living with the father with a green card in his physical and legal custody before her 18th birthday.
So she gets it on her 18th or right before?
17 years, 364 days.
That's what I wanted to
18, too late.
Okay, so you've got to do it right before.
Right.
That's the point I wanted to make.
Correct.
Michael would like to know, if I'm filing for my adjustment of status and my wife is getting SSI and can't file taxes, but can I get a coworker to co-sponsor?
Yes.
Is that okay?
It is okay.
Punchy on Facebook would like to know, if you get your first visa in your married name and then was denied 3 times and later get it back in my last name, can immigration tell that happened?
Yes, and it sounds like a misrepresentation. You should go speak to your attorney about that.
Shine would like to know, I came up on a conditional green card. It's now 3 years later. I'm waiting on my interview for my 10-year green card. In the 3 years, I only lived with my spouse for the last 6 months. Am I going to have a problem at my interview?
Maybe, because you got to prove it's a bona fide marriage. You should speak to an attorney.
Kanoy would like to know, a friend of mine is married to a U.S. citizen, but the husband has a CD1 crew membership visa.
Need a provisional waiver. File an I-130 provisional waiver, go home, come back.
Knock him down.
Lady K, getting married in January. What's my next step for me to file for my husband? My citizenship is pending.
I-130.
Craig Davis, my child was born in the U.S. However, me and my wife are Jamaicans and here on a visitor's visa. When we came here, her belly was not showing, and when we tried to leave the U.S., the doctor said that they don't recommend that we fly because it's a health risk, and carriers would not allow us to fly with her at 9 months pregnant. What can we do?
You got a big problem because the government's going to believe you came here to give birth. You need to speak to an attorney.
El Superissimo would like to know, my brother has 2 cases OWI. He has a green card available until 2021. I'm assuming, right? Is that a typo?
Yes.
Okay. He has a green card available until 2021. Can he apply for citizenship, or is he ineligible?
He may have bad moral character. He also may be deportable depending on what the DWI is, so he needs to speak to an attorney. Never apply for your citizenship with any conviction whatsoever. But we are now out of time. As always, you are the queen of all social media. Thank you very much. We'll see you all at 12 o'clock.
See you at 12 noon. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing? Ay, ay, ay.